What's up, guys? It's Colin here with Up North Outdoors. I am back in Minnesota. Some of you guys are probably like, wait, you only posted a video driving to Colorado. And the second and possibly third Colorado video will be posted after this video. I just haven't posted a truck video in a while. I know that's what most of you guys are here for, so I figured I would, now that I'm back home, throw a truck video in here before I start posting the rest of the Colorado stuff. So, because I know most of you guys, this is what you guys care about. Here's my 3 trucks, and I pretty much came home to pretty much all of them are out of commission right now. One axle. That one, well, it's not really out of commission. I just can't drive it anywhere without getting in trouble, and it's got a lot of its own problems. And then this truck, I was actually going to leave on a duck hunting trip, and a couple big personal things and some smaller things like this happened, so I ended up not going. But I wouldn't have been able to take it anyway, because basically the brakes on this truck were going down to the floor. You can pump it up when it's off, but when you start it, brake pedal is going down to the floor. So I figured, okay, I'm getting air in the system somewhere. There's a leak. I checked all my lines everywhere, and it doesn't seem like there's a leak anywhere. And my brake fluid hasn't been going down at all. But then I saw some liquid or some wetness on the bottom of this drum here. So I pulled this wheel off, which this wheel became an ordeal and a half to get off because one of my lug nuts was stuck on there super tight, and the socket got stuck in there. And long story short, I ended up having to weld the socket onto an extension, and it was just an absolute ordeal. I don't have a flashlight on my phone anymore because I had my phone set up as a light, and then when I was welding, a piece of slag dropped down and landed literally right where the flashlight is on my phone, where the one spot where my case doesn't cover it, and like started on fire and melted into it, and it was just an absolute headache. And basically, I don't think this brake is leaking, but let me show you. There's oil all over in here. So pretty sure I got an axle seal that's bad. So I still haven't figured out what's wrong with the brakes, but obviously I'm going to have to pull this apart, replace that axle seal, which I've never done a rear axle seal before. Replace that, so that'll be a learning experience, put new fluid in it, and then chase down the brake problem. So this truck has got a lot for me right now to do in this coming week, which I'll be filming. You guys will see. Topper's back on because, like I said, I was gonna go duck hunting. That's why that ugly thing's on. This truck needs a front axle, which I'm gonna be getting the tractor over here finally today. So this week I can start working on getting that axle pulled over there and over here before we get snow. So basically, I have all these problems that I need to fix so I can have, especially like my daily running. So what we're going to do today is put a zero plate on the Fummins on the truck that I can't really drive without getting a ticket anyway. Ordered a 0 plate while I was in Colorado, and it came. Supposedly it's supposed to add like 100 horse because it just opens that fuel wide open, so you're able to get basically all the fuel it possibly can in that fuel pump. And it's only like a $50 part. And I know you can make them too, but I don't know. I didn't want to mess it up. It was $50. I mean, I just wanted to buy the plate. So we're going to be installing that on the Fummins today just because I'm excited and I can't really wait any longer to put this in. So we're going to be doing that today. Then at the end of the day, probably get the tractor over here and start on doing that and that this week. Maria's also going to be coming over and giving me a hand, helping me out on this too. You guys haven't seen her in a while. I have hardly even seen her since I've gotten back, so that'll be nice. Oh, she's actually pulling up right now. Wait. Yeah. But yeah, so basically I quit school, and I just did this 2-week job, which I'm done with now for a while. That 2-week welding job, I got some money saved up, so now I'm going to be focusing on this house that Brandon and I are buying, and really focusing on making videos for you guys. So you guys can expect a lot more videos now. What's up?
Hello.
Haven't seen you in a while. What's new? Yeah, never mind. I came over to work on trucks, and look what she wears.
What he said, though, was dress warm, we're going to be outside. So I came and I look cute. I look great.
Yeah, but
I'm nice and warm.
that's probably the worst thing possible to wear working on vehicles or being outside.
Being outside, it's great because it's just warm.
Yeah, but you touch anything and it sticks to you.
I can walk.
You
through
can't
the
say that
woods.
word, it'll get demonetized.
I can shoot the.
No, you can't say that either. You can't see.
I can bang the choo-choo train.
No, don't say that. I've been doing some research and, well, first off, like right after I ordered this, I realized it would have been really easy to make myself and kind of regret ordering it. Which I also don't know what the second piece in here is. But, let me know. I'm probably just going to put this plate in. So let me know in the comments below what the second piece is. And also, I've been doing some research, and it says, what it says everywhere online is that a zero plate you can add anywhere from like 70 to, I saw a couple posts that said like 120. So I'm just going to kind of meet in the middle and say it's about 100, give or take, and then about 150 foot-pounds of torque. So it can really buff up your 12 valve. So if you're going to do this, make sure you if you have a Cummins like a Dodge with an automatic, you're probably not, and just like a stock automatic, you probably don't want to do the zero plate. If you have a manual, you're probably okay. I've got a Ford ZF5 with an aftermarket clutch, the South Bend clutch on it, which is I think good to 500 or 600 horsepower. So I'll be fine, but just be careful. If you have a stock transmission, be careful. Apologize if it's dark when I'm trying to show you some of this stuff. Like I said, my light was melted off. But first thing we're gonna do is take off the AFC housing, and it's really greasy in here because power steering fluid has been spraying everywhere. Because yeah, that's another problem. But we're not gonna fix that. We're just gonna add more horsepower. So basically, we gotta take all the screws off. Get that housing off. That's back there. Oh, can't see it. Back left corner. I got that out. It's a 10 millimeter. It really sucks to get in there though, because these lines are really in the way. So you kind of gotta get up under it from kind of this angle, up under it from that angle, the socket if you can. But now, looks like this must have been replaced at some point because it's got, or someone opened this up before because it's got a flathead here. Because on some of them, it's a safety screw that you have to chisel a notch into, but it looks like this has been opened up before because someone replaced it with a regular screw. And then we've got two sockets here and here, which are smaller than 10 mil, which is weird. So take the rest of them off, and then take this line off here, or sensor line, or I don't know what that is, but take that off and then slide her off. So got the flathead off. This right here is just 13 mil wrench, and mine wasn't on there very tight, so I don't know how tight yours will be. And then the two bottom bolts are 8 mil, so should be ready to slide right off now. You can use two hands. Get that off. What? Tape? What kind of tape? Probably. The fuel plate I'm taking out, which it's not slid all the way forward, so that shows me that if someone did replace this, they didn't slide all the way forward. So, but it does look like kind of newer hardware, so I wonder if someone put a different plate in here at some point. But use a flathead, take these off and see. Yeah, so this definitely is still a stock fuel plate because it's got that piece right there. And then what the zero plate does, the difference is it's got no piece there, so it lets all the fuel in. So the way you can make this yourself is if you just take this plate out and you cut it off and grind it down flush like this. So that's kind of why I wish I would have just made one instead of spending $50 buying one, but still. So we're definitely gonna get a big difference. And then that was sitting in the regular position. When we put this one in, we're gonna slide it all the way forward towards the front of the truck, which will open it up even more and let even more fuel in. Getting a lot of dirt work done down at the farm, getting an actual parking lot made here, so it's not a mud run every every spring and every time it rains. All right, so Murray had to go to work, so she's dropped me off the tractor. She'll be back later tonight. It's a shorter just evening shift. She's a server. So I'm gonna get the use the opportunity to get a ride down here so I get the tractor home for probably tomorrow or the next day. Gonna get that axle out of that other truck and do that axle swap on that 6.9. You guys can basically expect a video probably just about every day from me this week because I'm not gonna be working. So I'll be posting probably almost every day. So we're gonna be getting a lot done on the trucks. Getting this done on the Fummins, and then I want to start on making a flatbed. It won't stay on there forever, but just keep on there until it's time to paint because I want to get a rust-free bed anyway. So I'm gonna be doing that. Gotta do that axle swap in the 6.9, and then I gotta do fuel lines and brake lines on that. And then obviously I gotta get the 460 that axle seal done and figure out the brake issue on that. So, and exhaust done on that too. So there's a lot that's gonna be getting done. A lot of that's gonna be getting done this weekend videos. So definitely make sure you guys keep an eye on the channel this week because there'll be a lot of videos being posted. I also want to get another deer stand built out here on the farm property before deer season. So probably film doing that too, building a deer stand out here. At least one more, maybe not 2 deer stands. We got one out there right now, but it's 160 acres with one stand. So we can definitely use quite a few more stands out there. So keep an eye out for that too. Let me know if you want to see that kind of stuff. Since I have the AFC housing off anyway, I'm gonna take this off and we're gonna turn up the smoke screw. I'm pretty sure this is metric, but 5/16 Allen fits in there just fine. See, there's kind of like a gear in there. Be careful not to get, this is really dirty, careful not to get stuff in there. There's kind of a gear in there. And I've done some research online, and again, every person you ask or you look at says something different. Some people say like 7 or 10 clicks is good. And then I just watched a video of a guy doing it, and he said that 7 and 10 clicks won't even do anything, and that you'd want to do like 50 or 60 clicks. So I don't really know. I'm just gonna mess with it. I'll crank it up a ways. I'll probably crank it up like maybe 20 or something. I don't know if it'll do anything, but I'll crank it up a little ways, decent ways. You just want to use a flathead screwdriver and click it towards the passenger side in there and just push it and it'll turn. So I'll do quite a few turns on it. I mean, this is something that you can easily get to without having this pulled. So leave a comment down below. I know a lot of you guys are pretty knowledgeable about these things. Leave a comment down below how many clicks you guys is safe or that I should do. It's not going to damage anything, or even if it's even worth even doing this, or if it's just useless, if it even does anything. Just let me know in the comments. But for now, probably do it like 20 or 30 clicks. And I'm not going to be driving this truck very much, so I'll rip it around a little bit, and if you guys say, oh no, don't do that, it's bad, I'll turn her down, or if you guys think I should turn her up more, I'll turn her up. But like 40 clicks. I kind of wish I would have bought different springs for this, because you can get different springs that can also add a lot of power that you can put into this while I had this off, but it was easy enough to take this off. That's something I can always do in the future as well. But I'm just trying to get a lot more fuel and a lot more horsepower for this is about the cheapest things, and I mean, you can literally do it for free if you want, and you can almost double the power of your Cummins supposedly if it really adds 100 horse. So, I mean, these things are only like 150 horse stock. So when you put this in, put the bolts in loosely, be very careful not to drop anything in there, otherwise you're gonna be pulling your fuel pump. But also slide this as far as you can towards the front of the truck, because that'll open it up and give it a lot more fuel as well. All right, so got it tightened up, slid all the way forward, put that back on, screw turned up, so now we just put everything back on the way you took it off. Okay, got her all buttoned back up. Actually turned into kind of more of a pain in the butt than what I thought buttoning it back up, because I guess you can't slide that plate. I guess I slid it a little too far forward because AFC housing wouldn't actually sit perfectly, which I wasn't really able to see that because it was tight in there and getting dark. So I put all the bolts on, and that last hard corner bolt I couldn't get in all the way, and I was getting really pissed off. we ended up finding out, yeah, that plate can't be slid all the way forward. At least I don't think so, because then I just moved it back like 1/16 of an inch, and I was able to seat it and get all the bolts down, which is still more far forward than what it is stock, but it's not all the way forward. So yeah, I'm just gonna get all my tools picked up here. We're gonna fire it up, see if we got any more smoke, and then I'm gonna take it for a test drive, see if I feel a difference. Because if it's 100 horse, like supposedly it is, around 70, 100 horse, I should definitely feel it. So I'm gonna see if there is a big difference or not. And then probably, if it's smoking more, probably tomorrow morning, I'll get some shots of it so you guys can really see, because it's getting dark now. Oh my gosh. I think that legit added 100 horsepower. I couldn't keep this thing on the dirt road. Every time I shifted gears, the back end slid out from under me. Holy crap. So I'm just gonna go take it down the tar a little ways so I can actually get traction, because of the dirt, not able to get enough traction to really see what this thing can do now. I am literally blown away. I was not expecting this. I was expecting like a little bit of gains, but I wasn't expecting what it is now. Like, I am very impressed. Hey guys, next day, truck's still alive. I just had to give the old man a ride in it. He was very, very impressed with the horsepower increase. It's you can definitely feel it. Like, it's when you get on it towards the end of, like, especially like 3rd and 4th gear, you can really feel it. In 5th gear, when you get to the top end of it, when you mash the pedal, when you mash the pedal, it kind of start to slow up. Now you mash the pedal and it just takes off, so it's really able to open up and get all the fuel that it needs to get when you mash on it now, which is just awesome. So I'm gonna be doing a video pretty soon on throwing a different tip on there, since the trash can got ripped off. So I'll probably do a lot of drive-bys, and you guys will be able to see it. It smokes more now that I drove it today. And the light, especially 3rd and 4th gear, when you get on it in those gears, it'll leave a cloud out behind me, which I know smoke doesn't mean power and whatever, but it's still kind of cool having a truck that'll smoke a little bit. So yeah, I definitely get some clouds of smoke behind me now, which before it would just be a little puff, and now it leaves a cloud behind me. So I'm honestly really, really happy with doing the fuel plate. I got to get my exhaust temp gauge hooked up. I got it, so that'll probably be sometime this week, maybe next weekend, hooking that up. I don't really daily this truck, so I'm not too worried. So me going for a little 5-10 minute rips here and there with it right now, just for filming and showing people, I'm not really too worried about it overheating. But if I start driving the truck a lot more, it's definitely nice to have that gauge hooked up on there to make sure that I'm not overheating things. I'm not gonna melt down my motor. So in that video, you guys can expect a lot more driving. You guys will be able to see it chooch in and actually see how quick it is. But right now it's just rainy and nasty, and it's supposed to be nasty out tomorrow too. So I don't really want to wait that long to post this video. I want to be able to post it tonight. So hope you guys aren't too mad at me that I didn't get to get too much footage of that. But yeah, quick and easy way, and very cheap way. I mean, you can literally do it for free if you cut that plate off yourself and just turning up that dial to add about, I'm just gonna say about 100 horse. If we're online, it says like 70 to 120, and it feels like 100 horse to me. Like it feels like it's doubled, or almost doubled. But yeah, easy and free way to double your horsepower. If you guys have any questions or concerns, leave a comment below. Like I asked earlier about sorry, I'll stop walking around. You guys, it makes you guys sick. About that smoke wheel, like I said, I did like 35, 40 clicks, and everywhere online it said to do like 7, and then some people said do like 60. So I did like 40. If that's way too much, let me know in the comments below, or if that's not enough or it doesn't really matter, let me know, just because I haven't really been able to get a solid answer or find a solid answer anywhere online, and I don't really know anybody that owns a 12 valve besides me. So I don't really have anyone to ask. But if you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, expect a video just about every day this week, and probably the following week as well, and hopefully for a long time. But anyways, been Colin here with Up North Outdoors. I'll quit talking. You guys probably have stuff to do. God bless. So, Colorado videos will be... I'll probably drop another one tomorrow or after this video. Either that or 2 videos after this from Colorado. Drove my buddy's sweet 7.3 and we did some sweet hiking and stuff. We free climbed a mountain, got the drone up. It's really sweet. I know it won't get a ton of views, but I want to post it anyway just because I know a lot of my diehard followers will enjoy it and watch it anyway. And I just had an awesome time out there filming it. And man, I've never seen the Rockies before. Man, God is great. It's just crazy. Seeing some of his creation, like the mountains out there are just, if you guys have never been out to the Rockies, 10 out of 10 would recommend. It's amazing.